Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and today I have a really simple lead guitar lesson for you. It's something that so many people neglect, but is, in my opinion, one of the most important concepts to understand on guitar, and that is how the minor and major pentatonic scales connect. This is the beginning of breaking out of the pentatonic box and truly being able to play all over the fretboard. Real quick before we get started, I have a lead guitar ebook that goes over all the fundamentals. I'll put a link to that down below and in the corner. It's completely free for my subscribers, so don't forget to grab your copy. And while you're down there, if you enjoy learning guitar with me, I'd really appreciate if you could take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Now let's dive in. The first thing we need to do is learn the minor and major pentatonic scales. And I've done that in a separate lesson. I'm going to assume that you've done that as well. And as we play our minor pentatonic scale, I'm going to start on A, the 5th fret of the thickest string, and I'll play it ascending and descending. And I'm sure you've done this before. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the major pentatonic scale. But I'm not going to play it in the same position. I'm not just going to play it here. I'm going to start with my minor scale. I'm going to play the 2 notes on the thickest string. And now I'm going to shift my middle finger to the fret that my pinky was on, to the 8th fret. And that's where my major pentatonic scale starts. And that's the first connection point. I want you to close your eyes, for real. And I'm going to play 2 examples, and I want you to really listen to what they sound like. Here's the first one. And the second one. So those sounded identical. Now, for those of you who actually closed your eyes, let's just watch that again. So the whole point is, no matter what shape you're using, it's all about the sound, right? And I'm just going to show you a diagram right here. You have the minor scale on one side, the major scale on the other side, and you see that overlap? The right side of your minor pentatonic scale, like all the notes that your pinky and ring finger are touching. And then when you play the major scale, the notes that your middle and index would be playing, it's the exact same notes. It's like the border between 2 countries has the exact same shape, you know what I mean? And what we're going to do here is we're going to get used to going between the 2 scales on different strings in a systematic way. First, we're going to start on the thickest string, and we're going to change on the thickest string. We're going to shift between them. So minor pentatonic scale, and then I'm going to use my pinky and go up to the 10th fret, and then I'm going to continue playing my major pentatonic scale all the way up. And then I come back down, and I shift down at the same point that I shifted up. And then we are going to shift over on the next string. So I start my minor pentatonic scale up to this point, and now I'm going to shift up. And you'll notice that the fingering is off because we were on our ring finger, right? So, and then I'm going to shift up to the 10th fret, and I'm going to use my ring finger, even though technically we'd be using our pinky right now. When you're actually playing, that's what's going to end up happening. That's the finger you got. You just have to deal with those little things, and you just course correct as you go. So we start our minor pentatonic scale, we use our ring finger to go up, and then we stretch, and we continue our major pentatonic scale with our desired fingering from that point on. And here we can use our pinky on the 10th fret. We slide it down to the 7th fret. And now we're using the quote-unquote wrong finger when we come back down to the minor pentatonic scale, and that's just fine. These are the little things that as you're learning licks and riffs, your fingers are going to get stuck. And you're going to be like, oh, how come that feels so awkward, right? And some other guitar player already practiced this, and that's why for them it feels natural. When you're learning how to play things and you're like, this fingering feels kind of weird, right? Like you're learning your favorite solo or your favorite riff. By doing it this way, you're getting over that hump. You're making those times when you're shifting position feel natural. You're figuring out what fingers to use. Some people like to go like this, and they put their pinky down on the 7th fret on the way up, and that way they're in the correct position, so they kind of just flip-flop. Now at this point, I'm sure you got the concept. I'll just do the next string just to demonstrate. So we start with our minor pentatonic scale, and we work our way up into the major scale on the D string this time. And I'm not going to bore you by going over every single one of these, but essentially this is one of those things that you just work on bit by bit. You just pick one at a time. I wouldn't go through all 6 in the same practice session. I would just say, hey, I'm going to switch on the G string today, and I'm just going to go, a whole bunch of times, and that's the muscle memory that I'm going to work on maybe this whole week. Now, to help you out with all this, I am going to map it all out in a worksheet, and that's going to be available for members of my website. I'll put a link down below for that. And I'm also going to make a video where I do play through all of these slowly with a metronome so that you can play these exercises along with me and make sure that you're doing it right. That'll all be at the link down below if you're a member of my website. And if you're not a member, you can always sign up. I'll put some more info on that down below as well. And that's it. Just a real quick one for you, something that I think everybody needs to do when they eventually want to break out of just playing the pentatonic box forever, Don't forget to grab my free ebook. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy learning guitar with me. Have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.